You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shitty, my bros raw. No breaks, we go. Throw shade, that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, me more. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10 to 80, my save ones. Take to the top on the base one. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Non-human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Jordan number 7, he's bored though. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Teddy and you are listening to RunTellThatToo tonight. Night Talk over here. Yes, shout out to the mob, all my other bears I call the Grizzlies, and the Honey Bear. So I've got some questions I want to clear up, but let me just give you a quick update. There is no change in the docket. This is somewhat, I will say, out of the ordinary, and this is why I'm saying it. One, I filed a response, not a response, but a refiling last week. I filed it on Wednesday. It was ECF 128. I had to make a correction and I did that. So it was filed. The corrected one was filed last Friday. Okay. Monday was Martin Luther King's birthday. So the courts were closed. Right? Tuesday has passed. Wednesday has passed. Thursday has come and gone. And no response. I'm not talking, I wasn't expecting to hear yet from the court, the judge. However, the pattern has been almost an immediate response to any of my previous filings. They would usually come in like a day or two right behind them. Yeah. And nothing so far this week. Right. I responded to their filing by filing just the other day on Tuesday when the court opened. That was ECF 130. So the last two to come in were my filings. Okay. And The defendant's filing was made on the 7th of January. This is the 22nd of January. So I'm just taking note of that to say, if something doesn't come in by tomorrow, I'm talking about a response from the defendant to any of my filings, new ones. I'm just going to take note of it. That's all. I'll just say that for now. You know, when something's been a pattern, you can expect something, right? And I will just say that for now, okay? And of course, the judge has yet to respond to the non-compliance. That date has now long passed. That was January the 5th. Yeah. Monday will be 3 weeks. Yeah. All right. So I wanted to give you that. Now, I see my moderators, Baby Juju and Vicky Black. Yeah, pick it up too. Yeah. And I expect to be back on Unwind with Teddy sometime, maybe this weekend. All right. We'll see. Yeah. But I kind of like it over here. It's like, why didn't we come over here sooner? Tell that too, right? Yay. I know. Keep my fingers crossed, right? So here's the question. And I listened to only a portion of Magie's video live. But I have just a clarification question. Okay. And I would need to get the answer from her to make sure it's accurate. So this would be third, if someone knew. Let me see if I can say it correctly. What was the name that was used on the document that was filed that struck her video as the authorized representative? What name did she say was used? I have not listened to all her videos. I just haven't had a chance. But she was talking about, what happened in her case. I have not listened to all of it. My focus is something very specific. The name that was used. That was the person who said that they were the legal representative or the authorized representative. Yes. Okay. I'm not talking about Lady Letitia, who, I'm going to ask again. Was there ever a time that DR struck Maggie's channel for Lady Letitia as her representative? I'm asking very specific because I'm talking about one person, whatever, anything else. I'm looking at something very specific. I didn't it was too late to put it in the chat, and by the time I thought about it, and I said, you know what, I'm going to ask it on my channel, because sometimes, Maggie might listen in the bushes. I haven't seen any of her, I didn't see any document that was filed recently. So, what name was used? Did she use, I don't want to put any words and steer this. I just would like to know. And then she made mention of a signature. That was one, and I don't know, where was she showing that from? Again, was that on the document to the signing of, now that signature that she was referring to, I believe it was the Danielle Robertson signature. Is that the one? And how is the sound tonight? Sometimes I lean in on this mic. Let me back away. I'd like to know if that was if that's what name she used to represent Lady Letitia on a strike. Or was it one of the other aliases? Because she has multiple aliases. The sound is good? Great. Did she ever use, oh gosh, I don't want to email her. Yeah, because I just, yeah. The reason I'm asking, but I'd like to know before I get into it. Did she use the Danielle Robertson name? Either on the, as her representative, or to sign that contract. It was, so she used Ashley Williams, another alias. Okay. That was that one used to take down one of the channels? Because that's a, that Ashley Williams name, she has used that alias to take down Hear Her's videos. She's used that on as one of the alias taking down my videos. And yeah, she's, for me, she's used multiple aliases. But I'd like to know, did she ever use the Daniel Robertson with in relationship to the either that contract that was, drafted at the last minute, late in the stage, any documents that were sent into the court, any signatures with that Daniel Robertson name? Yeah, we're going to have to find out. Yeah. Because, well, she's not here to answer that question. You think that's the one that I can't be certain. The one on the contract. All right. So then let me just put it this way. I'm no lawyer. I'm not here as a lawyer. I am the plaintiff in my case. Okay. And the defendant is Daniel Robertson, an alias. Not her legal name. And so I was thinking, wow, when Maggie was explaining this, what she didn't or say to the judge or whatever she believed or knew or didn't know. It would be something like as an exhibit that could have been referred to. If she signed Daniel Robertson on a legal document, yeah, I got to do my homework. I don't know. I'm just saying if, because I don't know. But if she signed Daniel Robertson on that, and that was supposed to be a legal document, contract, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's like, first of all, just I need to confirm, what was the exact name that appeared on this contract. Either the contract for copyright enforcement or the contract for this, yeah. What name was used? And for some reason, Maggie seems to think that that's her name. And she has read and has read some of the case, filings, ECF on her platform. Let me just pull this up. Let's do this. This is ECF 74. Right here in this document on the first page. Okay, this was the one ordering order directing alternate service. Let's see here. This was a superscript 1, and this goes back to ECF number 28. It says Robertson made a special appearance as a Jane Doe, stating that Daniel Robertson is not her legal name. ECF number 28, page ID 183. Daniel Robertson has put in this case document multiple times that Danielle Robertson is not her legal name. There is just too much material that could have been referred to. Yeah. Just like I only use facts specific, any references that I have put in my case as rebuttal or a response. For example, when Maggie had that, bad faith judgment from the Copyright Claims Board with the same individual. I mean, there would have been multiple ways. If, I don't know. But if Daniel Robertson signed anything on a legal document, that right there says, that's not my legal name. So why is she signing that on a legal document if that is the case? To the judge, she's in federal court right now. I would have had the case numbers, the page numbers, all of these things sent in. I would have had California. I would have had Michigan. I would have had, and all she would have had to do just focus on, since she was saying, well, it was a valid contract, and the judge was looking, well, what's your proof? What's your proof? That would have been a question. Explain this. The signature, the electronic signature, and I saw that. I think that's why I said I'm not certain. But I believe that Maggie showed Daniel Robertson's signature, that signature, and she said, that looks like a signature. What do y'all think? That was the same signature, right? She was showing that was signed when that lawsuit was filed against her in California, right? And then in the same document was another signature, whoever walked that in, from a Daniel Robertson, and I showed those two signatures and I showed how they differed. Okay. One definitely was one of those electronic signatures. You just pick one, right? The other one looked more like someone who would have, signed it. Okay. But again, I don't know. So that's the question I would I'm just curious. Yeah. Because wouldn't that, just on that alone, if she's saying the contract was signed, if it was signed in Daniel Robertson, or the strikes were in the same name, or the name was represented, it's some kind of inconsistency. Because, if we're talking about it's legal, right? Did she say, well, she swore this was valid? Well, could it be invalid if someone signed it with a bogus alias and they're representing that's their legal name? I'm just saying. I don't know. Yeah. Because it's like you can't have it both ways. Anonymity when it works for you, and a name, Daniel Robertson, yeah. I'm not focused on anything else. I'm just seeing how this same person, how they're moving through different courts, if that is the case. I'm not accusing, but if her name was signed and it's supposed to be a valid contract, then why wasn't that even questioned? Why wasn't it brought up? Because this is about the name. This is about legal documents throughout different courts. And if she's been helping someone prepare something and they're in the background, yeah. And even with YouTube, when you file a strike, yes, you can use an authorized representative. Where is it? Here. Someone who can submit, who is authorized, such as an attorney, can submit a copyright strike, on that person's behalf. But they're supposed to use their own YouTube account. So these bogus, Ashley Williams, Alana Wilson, and all of these, all you would have to do is line them up. How many times has this Danielle Robertson used all of these aliases, and it's been documented in a federal case here in Michigan that she's evading a federal court, and that the judge knows she's evading Danielle Robertson. Yeah. So this paper trail, like she likes to say, it's been created and followed, and there's lots and lots and lots of documents. So if she's ever involved with someone and she's signing Daniel Robertson, or she's doing something with Daniel Robertson, all someone has to do is just pull it up. She has put in a legal filing that Daniel Robertson is not her legal name. And right now, a court has ordered her to identify her legal name 3 times. Did that judge know about that? If they are, talking behind the scenes, her credibility, things that are being signed, back signed. I don't think Maggie really knows, not quite, what she's dealing with. She's still looking at that and saying, that's her name. That looks like her signature. That's not her signature. And the Macy Thomas, that name that she used with Maggie, that's an alias. Macy Thomas was a name that was used on 2 legal documents. I'm not going to tell you the other content creator, but it was used on one of my documents. It was signed at the Northville Police to obtain legal records. The first time, and each time that she would try or actually obtain records through FOIA to obtain the police cam footage, she used a different alias each time. So when Maggie sees Macy Thomas, that's a real name. No, it's not. Even though it's on your, it's on your docket, it's fake. They're all fake. She hasn't given anyone her name. She hasn't even answered to the judge. Nothing that she has responded to yet. If we take her at her word, and I don't, she says, that's not my legal name. But it's her legal name when she wants to sign documents. So people need to see that side by side. Yeah. That alone could have destroyed it. Or at least it would have, no, wait a minute. What are we dealing with here? But if the courts don't know, they don't know all these other courts. And this was what? I don't even know. Justice of the peace or something, judge that she showed. I don't need to say the name. I thought that was a fake picture that she had put up of that judge, but apparently that's the real person. I'm not gonna put up my judge. I don't have, I would caution there, but yeah. But what I'm saying, in a small court, they're not going to necessarily be linked to a federal, courts. The federal courts, the names are, they can easily cross-reference. Yeah. But she's the one that's laying down all of these aliases all across this country. Mm-hmm. And she's getting away with it. Why? Because she's anonymous. And it's nothing for her to just make up a name and sign something, make up a contract and say it's valid. What? It doesn't matter to her. So for me, when I look at this, I'm not looking at Lady Letitia and all that. I'm simply looking at the pattern and what is going on with this same individual who we don't know their identity, their legal name. So anytime I hear something now where she's either involved and she's signing or she's, says this or that, it's like somebody threw up a red flag. It's fake. Or, what's this about? It's legal, right? So I don't know, but if there was, that would be a question, don't you think? I think it would be, but again, I can't be certain. Now, here, let me just remove this since I was referring to copyright. Like when you file or place a copyright claim, you go into your studio, whatever, right now I'm in RunTellThatToo, and I'm just showing you to make a copyright request. Here on the right, it says only the copyright owner or an authorized representative can submit a copyright removal request. Now, here it says copyright owner. It talks about that again, this legal representative. It says, keep in mind that copyright takedown requests may also be sent by a legal representative, okay? But they'll have to submit the takedown request from their own account. From their own account. Now, wait a minute. I thought she said, I'm not on any, that's not my account. I'm not on anything. I don't own that account. I'm not on anything. So how can she be an authorized representative, submit legal documents, and claim if, on the other hand, in other documents, she says, I'm not on anything? It's not my account. Do you see the contradiction in that? But if people don't see it, they can't make a note of it. And there are so many of these contradictions. Legal. I mean, look at it. It's right here in black and white. But they'll have to submit the takedown request from their own account. Well, she says it's not my account. I'm not on anything. So it's not her account, if we go by that, for her to be signing as anyone's legal representative when she has taken down my accounts. Sometimes she uses Daniel Robertson. These last two strikes, she did. But I thought that's not her account. She's not on anything. So why is she doing anything on behalf of whoever's account it's supposed to be? I don't think, of course it's her account. She's telling everyone else that it's not. I think it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's just a few examples. I mean, it's there. Yeah. Aliases upon aliases. What else? Hang on. What's this one? Hold on. Let me just put up a cover. Let's just throw this up for a second. Nope. That's a background. I like my other background for now. Let's see. Actually, that brightens it up. Let's just throw this one up while I'm switching things off. But I'll just show this one once more. Robertson made a special appearance as a Jane Doe, stating that Daniel Robertson is not her legal name. So then, why would she be signing any documents if she is as Daniel Robertson? Would those documents be valid? Would those contracts be valid? Huh. Think about that. Let's see. Let me ask a question. Let's clear all of this off of here. And one more time. Let's just ask a question. When I first, let's see. Let's clear all this. There we go. Yeah, let's switch it off. How's everyone tonight? Let's see, it's 10:34. Again, I'm only focused really on one thing. When I see this moving target, that when I say target, this person, this anonymous person, this ghost. Let's see. I'd like to know, if a person is signing a contract, and they're not using their legal name, but they're signing it as their legal name, would that contract be valid? And they can use, these pseudonyms. I know that. But if someone wanted to come after them, let's say someone signs a contract, it makes it binding. But to avoid liability and avoid accountability if someone is sued later, this is how they can escape that. So again, this individual uses these names, uses the pseudonym, uses when it works as a sword and a shield. That's why the court is saying identify the identity of the individual. Mhm. Because we don't even know. Like what's real and what's not. Especially when names have been used, and they have been used. And this would not be false to trick or deceive, because she has said it herself. When someone has at least a dozen aliases, I know of many more than that. It's like pick one. Yeah. This is so, it just flows over to everything. This is how it's all done. Yeah. Yeah. And what do you say? Yeah, the courts, they don't know what they're doing. And I think she said he just said, well, they swore to it. Okay. I can't say what the judge did. I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know what to take as, true, unless you see something like documentation, right? You know, but I know it's very interesting. And that's why I say, is that valid? Is that legal? Is that their legal name? Did they say that's their legal name? Or did they say that's a pseudonym? That's an alias. It's a business name that is used to establish it. Wow. It's all about winning. Mm-hmm. And anything they need to do to win, they will do, if their name or their alias is attached to it. Yes, you can help to support this channel just by hitting the like button. Yeah. I don't know. It just makes it for me just very questionable. Yeah. How are things validated? And that's why I said some time ago, if Daniel Robertson submits a name to the court. She hasn't even done that yet, but submits a name to the court. Do you think without some validation, you know, that I would accept just her putting her name, a name down, not with her history? No. She said she lies. I have it recorded. She said she just pulls names out of her rear. Yeah, that's her words. Quote. And I have the proof. Period. Yeah. So why would I believe if it's not, validated? I am sure that it would have to be validated. Somebody asked, well, how are you going to know if it's real? If it ever comes in, there would have to be some type of ID, government ID, a real driver's license with the barcode on the back, front and back. I would want multiple, at least 2 valid, ID, because I absolutely would not, under no circumstances, trust even a driver's license, because driver's licenses can be, fraudulent. This person said they'll never be found. This person said they will remain anonymous. This person has given out how to remain anonymous and to hide. So why would I believe that they would submit anything that would be valid? I wouldn't believe it on its face, is why I'm saying it would have to be validated. Yes, I would. Yes. Yes. I don't know how the courts are going to do it, but I'd be cross-referencing it with, accounts and, government ID, because that's what, and the judge doesn't really know, maybe, but that's what they're dealing with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And her intent is to stay anonymous, hidden, and to, whatever she's doing. Mm-hmm. Right now she's staying invisible from the court. And right now, that's why I say, wow, this is kind of unusual. Maybe I can put it that way. No response. Maybe want to come in. Yeah. Maybe it just hasn't hit the docket yet, because that's really unlike, this is an individual who has, anytime I've filed something that they can respond to, they're like right on it, fighting it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I don't know. And this is fair use commentary. Let me read some of your comments. Yeah. And you can email me right now at UNWINEWITHTEDDY. Again, understand I am looking at one individual that's related in any of these cases. Yeah. Just to see how they're moving. Yeah. Yeah. How they're moving around in these cases. That's what I'm talking about. They'll get, try to twist my words. Don't do that because I have receipts. Let's see. Oh. That's a good idea. I guess I could pull the case up if I knew I'm not talking about the federal case in California. I'm familiar with that one. The one that is in what was that, Texas? That would have the information, wouldn't it? But I don't know it. And it's probably in one of her videos, but a lot of her videos have been struck. I wouldn't even know which video to look at because I haven't looked at, I really haven't looked at a lot of her videos. Did she show it recently? Because wouldn't that, I just have not. Let's see. Where's the music? Well, I can't seem to, I've never had that case in front of me, from Texas. So I can't even tell you what the number is or anything. But maybe it would be there um, as one of the documents that could be put up, her exhibit, because I would just be curious. I am curious to know um, how those documents were signed. I mean, anytime someone signs a contract, whether they put the name, it's fake or not, it does make that contract. I mean, yeah. But there's, a lot of legality in it, I think. I would have raised some questions about their name. I would have. Yeah. Yeah, because she said, well, who are you going to believe? Okay, this person, or are you going to believe me? And why? Here's why. I don't know. Not my case, but I'm just talking about the names. That's it. I can't believe I've been on for an hour already. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for supporting me tonight. It's almost 11 o'clock, and yes, we are going to wrap this up by 11 o'clock. Yeah. All comments are allegedly, and all our opinions of the chat are their own. Yeah. So, what else is on your mind? Things that we can talk about for a few more minutes. Otherwise, I can wrap this up. You can email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. There's a lot of things going on. And maybe some things will be cleared up. Well, let me turn this music down. I think I'm definitely competing over it. Turn it way down. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah. Check out Unwind with Teddy's community wall for any updates and changes. Tomorrow's going to be Friday, weekend. And yeah, I appreciate all of you who have been watching the videos here on RunTellThatToo, and again for subscribing and have gotten us to more than 1,000. Yeah, I have not applied for any members or anything like that yet. Yeah, I still have to get my hours, but I think I'll get them. Yeah, to monetize this channel. Yeah. But the important thing is we reached our goal, and other things will, they'll come along. Yeah. Anything else before I say goodnight? Yeah, Vicky Black, thanks for supporting us. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still hopeful. I'm just there's some things I can't really talk about, some things that I know are going on in the background, and I'm just patiently waiting to see what's going to happen in my case, because it's another motion to dismiss and more challenges with jurisdiction. Yeah, we take one day at a time. That's all I can do. Thank you. That's going to do it for me tonight. Yeah. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Please hit the like on your way out and join me here, I think, sometime tomorrow. And yeah, we haven't gotten over to station yet. I promise this week. And maybe we'll do that tomorrow. All right. Anything else? I think we're good. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.